This guy was a fox main.
I always joke that I should switch to Fox, but I'm never going to do it.
Especially with what you told me with your hands.
Yeah.
You don't want
if anything... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you don't want to mess with a harder technical character. Marth is like a good one.
Yeah, if I ever switched off Marth, I'd probably switch to Jigglypuff for sure. Which is a weird switch.
No. It's actually a very sensible one. Can you remind me how long you've been playing?
Less than a year.
Okay.
I'm coming up on 9 months at the end of the month.
Cool. Alright, another session just opened. It's been a little bit since we took our last one, right?
Yeah, it's been 2.5 weeks, I think.
Yeah, let me check. I think it's... Last one we took was like right after Christmas.
Oh, okay. So 3 weeks.
Yeah, just barely over 3 weeks.
Is this 5.8.7 still?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I gotta turn my volume down. Oh man, that ping is worse than normal.
This is fine. This is fine. Alright. Dadmilk. Our last lesson we did the Ganon challenge, step-by-step pacing, Falco laser spacing, wave dash spacing. We went over a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Have you went to a tournament since then?
Yes.
How was it?
Decent. That was after Christmas, so there have been in 4 since then.
Okay, that's a couple.
Most of them were decent.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna just start off with the Ganon challenge. Just show me your moves. Handle the punish well. Oh, good grabs. Have you won some tournament sets?
Yes.
Nice.
I went 3-2 at my weekly yesterday.
That's
That
good.
was neat.
Your counter? Make sure to block.
Yeah, I was... trying to grab before it came out, and it didn't work.
Yeah, you don't have to beat it every time before, right?
Yeah.
It's just that quick warm-up. Make sure, yeah, you avoid the damage and you deal damage to me. Almost.
It was a terrible reaction.
Yeah, but you had good positioning, right? I like that you were underneath me waiting. Next time, you'll just be a little bit more patient. Okay, be patient. Good. Right, and you're just waiting for the up B. Oops. Nice job. You're also staying low to the ground. That's pretty good. You're not jumping too frivolously. This is good. This is close.
Oh, I tried to be cool.
Yeah. Alright, I'm up stocks, man. You gotta beat the Ganon challenge first try. Unless you want to do it again. Good run away with the F smash. You don't have to follow me near. Remember, I'm just gonna land and do that offense, right?
Yeah.
Good, good. Alright, I like that you stayed down there with the F smash. That got a kill. Jumping might not have got you that kill. Good. Nice. Good positioning. Good. Oh, you went really far away from me. That's fine. Nice.
Oh no, I was supposed to.
It's okay. You tried to grab the ledge.
Yeah, and I went the wrong direction.
It's okay. Okay, so that up tilt could have been an F smash. Right? You still found it though. Think about those percents when I'm at higher percent and you're below this platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do the F smash instead.
Oh, I don't know what that up smash was. That was bad.
It's okay. Try to do the down throw instead of back throw too.
Oh yeah.
Alright. So you got that one down. We're gonna go on to the Samus challenge real quick. Do you remember the Samus one?
Not. Is it just
It's just
dealing
missiles.
with missiles?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna shoot missiles, and then you're just gonna deal with the missiles. Yep. One at a time, and find a plan to hit me. There you go. Good. And now Samus's weakness, right, is she can't come down below very easily.
Yeah.
So don't go above her. Whatever you do, don't go above her. Alright, so you gotta find a plan to deal with this. Yeah, exactly. Take one step at a time. You can use block. You can use aerials. Aerials help too.
Yeah, dealing with projectiles is definitely not a strong suit of mine.
Well, you're handling better. And another thing is you're just not chasing me really poorly. When we first did this lesson, you were chasing me kind of poorly. Now you have a better plan.
Yeah, I know we talked about like Falco lasers last time, like Samus's missiles. I got a friend who plays Dr. Mario who knows that I have an issue with projectiles and enjoys to pill camp me, which is always exciting. Plus, since they move differently, so.
Alright, so yeah, think about F smash instead of down tilt, right? I'm at 140. And there are 2 times you connected down tilt instead of F smash.
Yeah.
This is good. And yeah, you can also just running shield to be on top of me more. Exactly. A lot of it just needs you to position close to me when I'm not shooting missiles, right? You got counter, you also got aerials. Right? Fair is actually decent. Yep, and then full hop. Nice. Alright, stay below her. Right. Because she has such a hard time, you don't have to full hop necessarily.
Okay.
Right, good. Alright, stay below, stay below, stay below. Good. F smash. Right. F smash. There you go. You don't want to steal the ledge from her. It's too hard to steal the ledge from her.
Okay.
Good. Stay below. Good. Good. Stay below. Good. Good. Don't go up there. Good. Good. Right. So you're only going to the second platform. That's really good. 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 Oh no, right? You deviated from the plan.
I was just trying to catch you coming back with the bombs, which did not work, clearly.
Good.
I'm gonna space that better.
It's okay. Something is better than nothing. Good patience.
Can you control the height on those? Like, I feel like some of these are a little bit lower, or maybe it's just my eyes lying to me.
So when I'm standing still, they're at the same height, but when I fall, right?
Okay.
So like, yeah, like, don't hit me. Right, like I can choose the height based on how low I shoot it from here.
Okay, so they're like lasers. Like, you can... okay.
Right.
I guess I wasn't noticing that you were doing it, like, while falling, like, that close.
Yeah,
to the ground.
exactly. It's okay. Remember jab or fair. There you go. Fair is the good tool, right? I want you to practice just a few fairs on these. Right. And I do them falling fairs.
Alright, I'll just fast fall instead and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Too early. Yeah, timing is for sure.
It's tough. Oh my bad. I didn't give you enough time. Alright. Yeah. It requires a little bit of like prediction, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I do one fair and then a jab also helps. So like show me fair jab.
Oh, that was slow.
Yeah,
Also,
you gotta L cancel. There you go. Right. So like if I ever do these two, there you go.
Okay.
Right. And it's just using your sword to help like deal with it and to pace yourself, right? You don't have to run in.
Yeah.
Right. Give yourself some tools to deal with it. So I think you're doing pretty good on this. This is a good warm up for us. Is there any matchup you kind of want to tackle today, or did you want to freeform it today?
So my two biggest issues, I'm not gonna count Samus because I never play Samuses. But it's still Falco or Falcon.
Okay.
Falco is probably one I'd prefer to work on the most. I was trying to get work on it this weekend, but no one at the tournaments I was going to play Falco, which was weird. But my first set at Genesis is against a Falco, and I'm trying not to get bopped.
Okay, cool. Let's do a little bit of Falco. Let's play a stock or two, and then I'll talk about some stuff, okay? I'm gonna try to do that down throw. That's good. When you typically fight Falco, does this kind of feel how it is, or?
Not as bad, but I feel like I cannot move as if I was playing any other matchup, for sure.
Okay.
Like, normally I DI shine a little bit better. And I can power shield. I've gotten better at power shielding lasers than last month because I've actually like worked on it. But I have an issue doing that on a computer monitor versus a CRT.
Definitely.
But I feel like once a combo gets started, I have a hard time getting out of it, and part of it is I don't always DI correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and I feel like I should expect to land on a down air so much more than often, but like, and it causes me to miss a tech because I feel like they're going to do something else when I should know they're going to try to pillar combo me as much as they can. At least that's what I run into. So generally it'll be I am hitting the ground sooner than I'm expecting, and I'm not reacting fast enough to tech it. So I end up getting hit more because I'm not teching.
Definitely. Okay, let's go over a couple of these one at a time. All right, so let's go over the Smash DI thing, right? And one of the things I kind of heard was, have you ever played any rhythm games or like games like DDR?
Does Guitar Hero count?
Yeah, it does.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever noticed in those games where if you ever miss a series of notes and then you try to get back in the groove, you might be like a half second late on every single one?
Yes.
Right, and you kind of have to get yourself back in the game. Maybe you take a breather or a pause or whatever it is, so that you start hitting all the notes correctly again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is going to happen a lot in Smash, which is you're just like a half second sync off on what's going on.
Okay.
And the difficulty of Melee is it's a rhythm game both offensively and defensively, right?
Yeah.
1 minute you're attacking, but then I hit you, and now you have to switch gears to defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a few things that can help you with the defensive stuff is looking for big major cues. Okay?
Okay.
So this down air, you can smash DI every attack. Yes, it's possible to smash DI every attack. At your level, it's going to be hard to know which attack is going to hit you and what to smash DI or where, right?
Okay.
So you want to look out for big clues and big moments that are easy at first, right? Eventually you'll learn the smaller details, but here's the big obvious one in this matchup. After Falco downers you at low percent, right? You're gonna kind of like land into the ground.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of, you want to use your imagination as much as possible, so that you know what's gonna happen before it happens, right? So like, if I downer you right now, you're gonna be planted in the ground, and then a shine is gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to necessarily smash DI the first downer. You definitely can, right? And there's ways to help you. Like, if I downer you like this, and you smash DI to the left, right? It'll be harder for me to get this, right? But the real big one is this. When I shine you, your SDI range is actually like up to here and like up to here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a big escape right here, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to taunt, right? And hold left or right after you taunt.
Okay.
Right? So that was a smash DI on the down air, right? So do it again. Right, and that was a smash DI through. This time, I want you to not hold right or left until I downer you, right? So after I downer you, then you can start holding left or right, and I'm going to try to shine you, okay?
Okay. Do you want me to taunt still?
No, you don't have to taunt. This time, you're not going to hold left or right until the downer. Exactly.
Okay.
Oops, my bad. Right, so do you see that smash DI?
Yeah.
Right, and the reason I asked you to taunt was so that when you were holding left or right, you wouldn't move, right?
Yeah.
If you just start holding left or right, you would dash away.
For sure.
But the point is, it's not about necessarily the very first move that hits you, right? So like, you look for these big cues. After downer is the shine, or maybe it's an up tilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the move you want to SDI.
Okay.
Right? And if he hits you down and you're surprised and you miss the tech, this happens to all players, right? But you want to like reset the pacing, so you're like, okay, I know what's happening. He set me down, and now he's about to send me up. Right? What can I do about it?
Yeah, for sure. And One thing with the Falco matchup, and it's kind of my own fault, is recently I've been kind of trying to avoid it with my Marth. And I know it's terrible because I'm like, it's a bad matchup instead of I need to work on it. But I feel like I work on Falcon generally more because I run into more Falcons than Falco. And the same level Falcos who can beat my Marth have a hard time beating my Jigglypuff. So, like, I feel like I've almost handicapped myself trying to get better at this matchup because while I'm like thinking I need to get better at it, I'm trying to like cover it up with a different character. And I feel like I've actually like lost progress on things that I've been trying to do with my Marth. And like I still practice like general like punish against Falco with Marth, like chain grabs, juggling, that kind of edge guards, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a hard time doing something in neutral. That's like I feel like I act poorly out of lasers, and I just get like flustered and I slow down, which is not good, especially against a character as fast as Falco.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what it is. I just
It's okay, dude. Falco is the most offensively frustrating character because he locks you down, right? One quick note before we move on forward is that you mentioned that you were working on Power Shield and it's harder on that play, of course. I'm just gonna give you a quick tip, which is when I Power Shield Falco's lasers, I look for this cue. Okay, so as he's jumping, this should give you a clue to when he's about to laser. Right?
Okay.
So it's his jump that like cues me to Power Shield.
All right.
Right. He's never gonna jump from this distance. Well, I mean, he might jump without a laser, but he's more likely to jump with a laser, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just that. So let's talk about the flustered in neutral thing, right?
Okay.
So have we ever talked about neutral spacing with other characters?
Mainly we've talked about Falco.
Falco's neutral spacing.
Yeah, like the Falco and Marth. Like we kind of touched on it last time we had a lesson.
Okay, can you remind me what we talked about?
Kind of like the safe range.
Mm-hmm.
To where because like he'll do like a laser and then a hop and then normally approach with like a down air or something like that.
Like that.
Yeah. And just kind of like relative spacing related around that.
Okay. So a few things that you can do, right, is to make the distance a little bit farther than this. Mm-hmm. This is kind of like jump after the laser, right?
Yeah.
So Falco will kind of enter to this spot with a laser. Right? He's going to enter this spot with a laser, and then he's going to jump onto you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So a lot of pro players, can you dash towards me one time? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so a lot of pro players, what they'll do is, as Falco gets to here, right, they do a dash back.
Yeah, I actually kind of noticed that when watching like videos. Was like with Falco, I would always try to like rush at him after getting hit by a laser, and I started like doing like a dash back or wave dash back or something like that, and I was getting hit a lot less.
Exactly, right? So I want you to kind of to do this, okay? So I'm gonna jump into the spot, and then you're gonna dash back, all right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Right, and so you're slightly further away, right? And then after the laser, you can dash back again, right? So we're gonna try one more time. 1, 2, 3, and then dash one more time. Yeah. So if you fail because of the laser, just go again, all right?
Okay.
1, 2. Yeah, there you go. Right, and the point is that you just get further and further away from it as it happens, right? And you don't even have to wait for me. You can just dash away as soon as I jump. Okay? Exactly, right? Right. So when you're at this distance, I can't exactly come in at you, right? Mm-hmm. And the cue was as soon as I jumped, right, from the laser. Yeah. You kind of like dashed back, and it was harder for me to jump on more, right?
Yeah.
And there's other cues. So like if your back to the wall is this close, right? Because you're kind of close to FD's back, right? Mm-hmm. If I jump like this, this might be your opportunity to cross me up, right? If I shoot a laser.
Okay.
If I do an aerial, you might want to block or crouch or roll or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But do you kind of get where, like, it's based on his initial jump spot.
Yeah. Kind of like what I would want to do, how I'd want to react, and
Yeah, and you don't want to challenge this, right? Falco, like, his entire game plan is to, like, eventually find you in this pattern, right? You just don't want to play to that strength.
Okay.
Right? You want to be in such a way where, as he's trying to down air you, like, let's say we're here, right? And he wants to down air you, right? So you're going to wave dash back, okay? 1, 2, 3, wave dash back.
Oh, there was supposed to be the wave dash there.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Try again.
I swear I can do the wave dash back. Just thinking about it, I freeze up.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Right? And so if you were still facing me, you could, like, grab me or F smash me, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. Right? And then you have to dash grab instead of just normal grab, right? But the point is like, if you can ever get to the fight in such a way where, like, you're pulling me towards you. Does that make sense? Like, I'm always trying to down air you to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if I happen to always be missing you, then you're winning.
Yeah.
Right? And the only way he can ever down air you more is if you get too close like this.
Yeah.
Right? If you get further and further away, he has to laser you and, like, figure a way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, Marth is definitely the one trying to run away from Falco because of how strong this move is.
Yeah.
Right? He can't fight this move. The only way he can fight this move is by not being at this spot.
Okay.
Right? You'll never win by being at the same spot downer is.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And there's other ways to do it too, dude. Where, like, I do like this, right? And then your fair is, like, above my head. Or, like, you're doing, like, a rising fair.
Yeah.
Can you show me rising fair? Yeah, like that. Right? So show me again. You can do it short hop.
Short hop. Yeah.
Right? So, like, so do it again. Right? So, like, this blocks right in front of you. Right?
Yeah.
And so can you show me rising fair, but you drift backwards? Yeah. And there's a lot of versions of this, right? Where, like, you're actually drifting much further than the one you just showed me. Yeah. Like, right? And so those are different ways to protect yourself in front. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, I can come in with this down air, but if you are too far away from me, I can't just get in. Right? And you can use these fairs. Right? And if I keep using these lasers, it's okay because you just dash back, or you wave dash back, or you just reset the space, right?
Yeah.
Let's write some of this down.
That's like one thing I've been trying to do more when I do play Falcos is you know, instead of running at them, because instead of running at them, just, like, you know, get away from them so I'm not getting hit by the laser approaching down air. But I don't know, like, I feel like when I'm playing friendlies, it's, like, really different compared to when I'm, like, in tournament, because if I'm playing, like, a tournament set, like, sometimes I get, like, really bad tunnel vision and I fall back on, like, bad habits, which could just, you know, be terrible. Most of my bad habits are terrible. That's why they're bad habits.
Definitely. All right, let's focus on, like, one or two tools that you're gonna rely on in tournament. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna teach you one, and I'm gonna regret teaching it to you because it's gonna fail, but it should open your eyes, right? And I don't want you to be this only tool, but I want you to dash attack me from this range. Right. So I want you to do it one more time. Right? 1, 2, 3, do it. Right? This beats laser. Right? If you just dash attack the same time we laser, right? Ready? On 3. 1, 2.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. It's okay. On 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right? So it's very specific, right? And it can lose if you do it too much. If you just do dash attack too much, I'll just start doing this, and then you'll just run into my downer.
Yeah.
Right? But what you want to do is, like, you want to hope the other person does something, and then you have the counter to it.
Yeah.
right? Like, I hope he shoots a laser and I dash attack it, right? Here's another one. Can you do, can you dash at me with a nair?
Yeah. Like right now?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to fast fall it either. Yeah, like that. Okay. So do it one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Go ahead. Do it. Sorry. What I'm getting at is that you can actually jump over this laser.
Okay.
Right, with that nair. Right? I'm not exactly sure on this timing because we're messing up the syncing of it. But, like, that's one version of you punishing the laser, right? Where, like, he thinks he's safe and then you nair over it, right? Or, let's do this one. I'm going to laser and you wave dash back, okay? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Right? And so, like, you're already behind me. Or further away, right? So it's just a matter of, like, you relying on a few skills you have to deal with something. And then just, like, be okay with where you're at, right? Like, you said you get tunnel vision, right? Well, if you can deal with this laser, this might, like, clear up the fog, or, like, you might be in a more clear situation, you know? And then you like, rely on your training. Okay, my back's to the corner, and Vro said if he approaches me, maybe I roll, you know? So, like, I'm going to try to down air you, and you just roll to the right.
To the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? So, like, as I lay you down, and then you just roll out of the corner, and then you just reset to where you feel comfortable, you know? And remember that, like, Falco is not going to win by just doing this. I know it feels terrible, but he's going to win by doing this, right? That was 25%. Let me do 25% in lasers to you.
It takes a second.
Right? So would you rather me shoot 10 lasers at you or do 1 down air shine?
10 lasers for sure.
Exactly, right? In the time of 10 lasers, you have time to kind of like make a plan and like adjust.
Yeah.
And it happens to every person who's new to the game. It's just they panic or they don't, you know, relax in certain situations, right? And then they allow the real danger, right? This is the real danger. Don't let the real danger hit you.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I understand completely what you're saying. And I think what my issue is, like I said, like getting flustered. Like I'm trying to move and I'm getting stunned by lasers, and it just kind of like, I don't know. I feel comfortable doing things out of like dashes, and when I'm not being able to dash or dash dance, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Which is, I mean, it's that's kind of part of like that tunnel vision. It's kind of like I have this idea of how things are going to go, and then when they don't go that way, it's just kind of like shit.
No, you highlighted a perfect thing. Okay, so right now dash dancing and lasering are tough to deal with, right? Can you show me more wave dash out of shield? Right. So I'm gonna shoot a laser at you, right? You're gonna dash at me. I'm gonna shoot a laser at you.
Okay.
You're gonna block it and then wave dash back. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna dash at me. Dash at me.
Like starting now.
Yep. Right. So the cue for the block is my jump, right?
Yeah.
So dash at me, and then wave dash back. Yeah. Right. We're gonna just keep doing this exercise two more times. Okay. Dash at me. All right. Dash at me. Dash at me. All right. So you need to wait for the. No. You need to wait for the shield stun of the laser.
Okay.
You're trying to wave dash before the shield stun's over. You just need to wait like 2 frames.
Is there like a actually that's a question. And I've never actually looked it up or asked anybody before. So if you laser my shield, is there a way to tell when is there like a visual cue, or is it literally just like a 2-frame wait?
There's no visual cue.
Okay.
You just have to know so like
because certain attacks do different amount of stun, right?
It's basically it's like hit stun divided by 2 is like how much shield stun it does.
Okay.
Right? Sorry. Go ahead, do it one more time. Right? So, and you can also not come this close to my body, right? Or if you do, you can block the aerial, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm giving you is a tool to like get close to Falco and then wave dash back to reset it, right? So like, if I keep shooting lasers at you, you can actually dash in until you're at a comfortable spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so you dash into the spot that you want to be, so go ahead. Yeah, and now you do the dash attack. Or that. Right.
That was supposed to be a...
But do you see how, like, you use the lasers to get to that particular spot, and you can block and wave dash out anytime where you want, right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm shooting these lasers too high. Right, so dash attack is one way to deal with it, right? Can you show me the blocking thing that we just talked about? Running block. And
Am I wave dashing out, or
yeah.
am I just blocking?
You can wave dash out.
Okay.
I want you to make sure that when you block, you have like different plans, right? So when you block, you can fair out. When you block, you can wave dash out.
Okay.
Right? I don't want you to just block and then unshield. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and the cue to start blocking is my jump.
Okay. Just stop rolling.
You're probably rolling because you're moving during shield stun.
That's, yeah. I forget shield stun's a thing until, like, you know, it messes up what I want to do.
Yeah. You just have to wait for it because you can't do any other actions during it.
Mm-hmm.
Besides rolling.
Yeah. Alright. I'll get it one day.
That's fine.
That was bad.
No, the fair is fine. Yeah, you need to show me this wave dash back though. That one was good. It's a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. Right? And I'm just giving you tools so that you don't have to be at the exact same distance each time.
Yeah.
Right? You can come in at your will. And you have different ways to engage it, right? So
Yeah.
I gave you the nair, the dash attack. You can fair out a shield, right? And you run, block, and then fair. Yeah, there you go. Right. I don't know why my lasers can't go lower. I think I'm not fast enough in my timing, right? But those are a couple ways to deal with the laser and like kind of slow down the game, right? The only time the game is bad or the tunnel vision gets really bad is if you stop looking at this move, right? If he puts you to the corner, you're all the way in the corner and he does this, right? There's only a few things you need to worry about, right? So he does this, right? If his body language is he's coming like this, right? Anticipate it, right? So you either roll or you counter.
Okay.
Right? But he might also change his body language. He might get close and then start doing this. Right? And then if you roll into here, if you counter too early, then you kind of took his bait. You know what I'm saying? Right? So look at his body language and figure out, you know, am I supposed to go in? Should I cross him up? Should I dash attack him? Should I grab him? Right? Or is he actually going to go on top of me? And if he goes on top of me, you either counter. You can even do those fairs we talked about. Remember? The rising fair that protects you?
Yeah.
Show me. Don't drift forward with it.
Yeah.
You either want to be neutral or pulling back.
Nope, that's a downer.
Yeah. Right? So do a little bit of pullback with it.
This is my weak spot facing this direction.
Do it the other way. Show me the other way. Alright, so now you're doing maximum drift. Show me only a little bit. Yeah. And then show me different heights.
Of jump?
Of the fair. Yeah, so like falling, rising. There you go. Keep doing. Keep showing me different fairs, right? And the point of these fairs are to protect you in front, right?
Yeah.
So you're never gonna move farther than the sword is, right? So these different movement techniques and these different fairs should protect you from me jumping in, right?
Yeah.
So keep doing these fairs. These are good. You can also do, yeah, the full hop fair, the full hop rising fair into double fair. There's a lot of different versions of it that can protect you, right? And so right now you just want to become fluid with all of them. You want to keep practicing different versions of them. Remember I said like the rising and falling versions. There's double, right? And then you said you're weak on this side, so face the other side.
Yeah, that's still a work in progress.
You use the A button, man. It's okay to use the A button.
That's what I do, but when I use the A button, I can't drift back.
You can if you time it differently. Right?
Oh, there we go.
You just have to adjust your timing. Right? You just have to press A, or press left after you press A. You know, you don't have to use the C stick, and you'll figure it out, man.
Well, I'm doing A right now. It's just that's how I normally do it, but I didn't. I had never actually tried drifting back while holding over A. Because I use the C stick for this side.
Mm-hmm.
But here I can't do it as fast.
You don't have to use the C stick.
Yeah. So for here, like that's how I started being able to do like the short hop double fairs, was I had to do over A.
Yeah. And as long as you can drift, it doesn't matter which way you press it, right? You just want to be able to control your drift, because there's a couple times where you're showing maximum drift each time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want you to show you like a little bit at half. Yep, and then different variations. Rising, falling. Show me the falling fair. There you go. Excuse me. Right. So these fairs will protect you as I jump in, right?
Yeah.
And you can also space them so that you're outside of this laser range, right? Or the laser jump in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as yeah, exactly. The cue always for him, for Falco, is this jump, right?
Yeah.
He's never gonna just like run at you. Or if he does, you should have a plan.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna jump at you again.
I don't know. I feel like I get run in on sometimes, and I'm kind of not expecting it at all, because I'm like, why would you do that?
Maybe you should
like,
grab.
It's like the first time it happens, I'm just like.
Just grab. Yeah, just press Z. You can grab him from very far. Just grab me on the way in. Yeah, it's very far.
Yeah, Marth's grab range is stupid. That's one thing. Like if I like ever play Puff, miss that grab range.
Definitely. And so right now, it seems like when you said that Puff was helping you in this matchup, right? It's probably because you're taking too much damage as Marth, right? You're probably killing Falco in similar ways, right? Edge guarding him.
As Marth?
Well, like when you say you find success with Jigglypuff, how are you finding this success?
I do not get comboed as easily.
Yes.
And I'm decent for finding rests.
Okay, so your punish game is a little bit better too.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know if it's just like players around my level or a little bit better. I mean, if I'm playing like a, Lance, I mean, he'll beat the crap out of my Puff. But if I'm playing like a somewhat, a net play Falco, my Puff is pretty good and normally does better than for those reasons.
Well, comboing Puff and fighting Puff is not everyone's strong point, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's one thing that is absent at like a higher level is people don't know how to play Puff as well as they do Marth.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like if I beat a Fox, it's whatever. But if I play the same level player and he plays, I don't know, like Pikachu, it's completely different because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, it's just experience.
Yeah.
Well, try to translate that to just how can you win, right, or control stuff, right? So like with Jigglypuff, you said you don't get comboed as bad, right? So with
Yeah.
Marth, can you avoid combos a little bit better, right? And we went over ways to avoid the initiation, right? Just
Yeah,
avoid the
for
down
sure.
air in general, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I told you about the shine or the up tilt, right? If you do
Yeah.
get hit by the down air, you just have to press left or right in anticipation of this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that should help you get comboed a little bit less, right? And maybe, you know, in neutral as Jigglypuff, you weren't meeting this down air as easily because maybe you're in the air,
Yeah, that's
right? So like maybe you're finding ways to avoid the down air in unique ways to Jigglypuff, but it's still the same concept,
yeah.
right? Avoid the down air, find some good damage, and do you think you lack damage against Falco?
Like as in like damage output.
Yeah,
Uh, if I cannot get a grab, I'll probably have a bad time.
that's how you feel.
Huh?
Like you need to successfully catch the grab before you get some good damage.
Yeah, like against Falco, like with like against spaces in general with Marth, I'm generally looking to get a grab. Like
Okay.
that's like 90% of what I'm going for in neutral.
I remember being in this spot with you where in this point in my career where like the only time I felt that good was a grab, right?
Uh-huh.
Can you get me to 40%?
Just
Yeah. One more. Alright. So I want you to tip or fair me. Alright. So this is where this move becomes like godlike.
mhm.
Right? When you tip or fair me now, like you can either get a grab or tech chase. Right? And this is not intuitive for a lot of marts because they just think like the grab will send me up and get like perfect combos like here, right?
Mhm.
But actually, it becomes a lot more straightforward once you either get edge guards or knockdowns at this percent. Okay, so there are a lot of
With
times.
the tipper fair.
What's up?
Are you saying with the tipper fair?
You can get knockdowns or edge guards with multiple ways, right? So remember
Okay.
we talked about dash attack.
Mm-hmm.
Can you dash attack me? Right. This will lead to F smash, grab, or tech chase.
Okay.
Right. And you didn't have to do this up combo stuff, but you did have to find the move and then be prepared for the follow up, right? So like if you dash attack me now, I want you to follow up, okay? That's an F smash or grab. There you go. Up throw.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead and up throw. F smash.
Oh, okay.
Up throw, F smash. Yeah. If I was at a lower percent.
Generally, if what were you about like 85% is when I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't Falcos jump out of that at that percent? I feel like normally when I do it at that high of a percent, they're able to jump out, or maybe I'm just that slow at getting up there.
No, up here might have been fine. I might not have been looking at the exact percent correctly. At 70-ish percent, you might be right. That's like a lot easier to get that up throw, F smash.
Because normally, like if I'm on like FD and we'll say like I'm over here by the ledge, right? Can I just like F smash it real quick?
Yeah.
So we'll go to 55%. All right, that's good. So say I am here. Well, that wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
That's
but,
fine.
Like that's about the percent where I'll try and up throw F smash if I'm, depending on the stage. Like
That's just a little low. I would go for the up throw F smash at 70.
Okay.
I was at 55, right? So at 55, you can do like an up tilt and try to get it again, or up air like you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
Right, but
Like.
you could also just go for a forward throw here too, right? You're this
Yeah.
close. You could just like throw me off stage.
Mm-hmm.
So the combo damage and all this stuff with Falco, you don't have to go for like big juicy combos or kills like that, right? A lot of times I just want you to knock him down or to knock him off stage, right? To get into a tech chase.
Yeah.
Right, so build me some damage. One more. Alright, so can you fair me? Tipper fair me? right? This move has like so much advantage now that like I can't do anything about it, even when you space it, right? Same with down tilt. Can you down tilt me? Right? So like at this percent, if you ever just down tilt me, I just like fly across the stage.
Yeah. Down tilt?
Yeah. Why don't you tipper it? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where I get Falco to this kind of percent, and I no longer look for like big grabs or big moves.
Yeah. Like I think I kind of play that like the same way, kind of like once I pass. Well, I can't say that. Like I think it just depends on what I go for throw, depending on their percent. If I get a grab, like in a Falco's at 0, I'll probably forward throw him, re-grab, then I'll start my up throw so he can't DI behind me and get out of it. About 35% is when I'll like do the up tilt re-grab, and then I'll go until if I can get him up to 55, 60. That's when I'll do like the F smash off stage if I can get it. If I can't, I'll go for like another up tilt or something like that. But if I grab at 90. Depending on if I'm in the middle of the stage, I'll probably do an up throw and follow up with like a up air. If I'm by like the ledge facing away, I'll do a forward throw or a down throw here. It just kind of like depends on where I'm at and what the situation is. But I guess I don't try to do anything out of like if I get a fair, awesome. But it's not kind of one of those things like, oh, if I get a tip fair here, I can follow up with this or that or that.
Well, let's just come down here. Why don't you add some damage to me? Because you keep referencing back to like grabs, right? And I keep wanting to tell you to hit me more.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is generally that's what I'm looking for, and like what I had said is I go for down tilts in neutral as well. It's just kind of not one of those. It's one of those things. It's like I'm not always trying to. I'm always looking for a grab more against like Fox or Falco than I am like a down tilt, and that's and I understand like that's not the best thing to do.
And okay, I'll explain a few things. One is that grabs against fast followers are sick, right? There's no doubt that the reward is good. Okay, here's a few things. Grabbing Falco is hard. Grabbing Falco is harder than grabbing Fox because of his laser and because of his down air.
Yeah.
Okay, it's easier to grab Fox's drill because you can smash DI and crouch cancel and do all these weird things, right? But you can't interact with Falco's down air the same way.
Yeah.
Right? So getting grab is a little bit more of a commitment. Right? When you get Falco to this percent, I want you to know that grab is good, but any hit is good. Okay?
Yeah.
So can you nair me? Right? Any hit is good.
Yeah.
Right? Can you up tilt me right here? No, just like this. This is good.
Yeah.
Now you F smash.
Okay. Am I dumb here or like what? There we go. Man.
Right. And so a little bit of it is just you need to just be okay with whatever hit you get.
Yeah.
Right. So like this up tilt led me to here, and then that was just tipper. Right.
Yeah.
And there's a couple times when we were playing where I said like, like watch your positioning, or like this is a good position, stay below, F smash, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just has to do with where you are and how you play off the hit, right? So give me some damage.
One thing, like I know generally like Marth wants his opponents like above him, but like Falco, especially like on platforms, like I feel like I lose to shield drop down air a lot.
Okay.
So like you're in shield, right? And I up tilt.
You don't up tilt here. Don't
No.
up if I'm in shield, don't up tilt.
Okay.
If I'm in shield, what you should do is dash left.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's kind of my, and it's a stubborn habit.
Well, remember what I explained to you is that the only way you can lose to Falco is if you contest this.
Yeah.
Don't contest down air ever.
Okay.
Right? You will never beat down air ever. There's one exception. Up air. Your up air will beat my down air in a very specific way.
If spaced properly and
Yeah.
all that
Spacing,
good
timing,
stuff.
all that junk. But like,
Yeah.
you know, why be here when you can just move? You know. And then if you set me above you, so like you do an up tilt, right? And then you just follow that up with anything, right? So like when I'm at this percent, I like have to tech off of literally everything, or like anything will just put me out of position.
Yeah.
You know, like so like right now you're standing where you can tipper that, or you can like fair me. Right? You can tipper the left side, or you can just fair me. So why don't you fair me? Right, and then I jump, and then you edge guard. Right.
Well, it's terrible, but
it's fine, dude. But the point is like, it becomes more step by step when I'm at this percent. Right. It's not about like get grab to kill. It's more like I'm gonna play off what I get. Anything that goes is pretty good.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah. Now that you've kind of brought that to my attention, I can definitely see where I have problems with it, because I mean, I almost look for like against like most matchups, like I try to like most of my successful punishes are off of grabs, which is okay, except that that's kind of what I try to do all the time, which is not okay.
Well,
if that makes sense.
Don't always approach with grab, right? Your opener can't always be grab, and
well, yeah, I mean, like I try not to forward smash in neutral unless I feel like it'll be decent. But like I do approach with down tilt, or depending, you know, will dash attack as long as I'm not playing someone like an Ice Climbers, and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I'll admit that my most of my neutral attempts, if they're not just like a straight out hit, would be a grab, which is I run into. I used to have an issue where I'd, you know, dash dance grab, they spot dodge, and I get, you know, punished for it. I've learned to bait out the spot dodges, which has helped.
And then you're grabbing that.
What?
And then you grab the spot dodge.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say, man, is that Mewtwo King based a lot of his gameplay around grab punish as well. Right? He would find grab, and then he would get the most damage off of grab.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you can find more ways in neutral to get grab with like wave dash down, dash dance, you know, like those mix-up timings that you just explained, right? You dash dance, and then you found the counter to one of your grab attempts, so you found a different grab attempt, right?
Yeah.
What I'm also trying to get at, though, is that in a lot of your matchups, you don't have to force the grab, or the grab will come easier by playing off of other things.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I think, you know, like you mentioned, like Mewtwo King, you know, found grabs. Like he finds grabs, but he does it much safer than I do.
Yeah, and you can mirror him, dude. You can just look at the way he spaces and approaches, right? He does a lot of shield grabs for top level because of his positioning. Right? And, I mean, but just also think about what we just said here. Like, can you fair me in any way? Just fair me. Right? This is great, dude.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm on the platform stuck, and now you can either come up to the platform, you can stay below, tipper me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, any move you connect with Falco while he's at this medium percent is pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? There's like very few exceptions unless he like crouch cancels or blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So definitely just like don't get flustered by laser or down air.
Yeah.
Right? And just play off of one of the hits. Remember, you got dash attack, nair. I mean, hell, dude. Even if you wave dash back in F smash, you might just get something, right? So like on 3, just wave dash back, F smash. 1, 2, 3. Right? Like, it really just comes down to just, like, never ever contest his down air. And just play off of the damage you get. Because Falco's life is easy to eliminate, right? He's always going to...
Yeah, he's super fragile.
Yeah, he's always going to be in combo percent, tech percent, or edge guard percent. Right, so you don't have to convert everything from a 0 to death off of grab or whatever, right? You just have to tack on some damage, put him in some disadvantage, and then just keep
capitalize off that.
Exactly.
Okay, that all makes sense.
All right,
He does. like I mentioned, like with kind of like the tunnel vision thing, like sometimes I like know better to do something, like to do is like I shouldn't be doing this, but I do it anyway. Okay, but and Falco is definitely one of those characters that like, and I don't know, I have a deep hatred for Falco, and I think that kind of has something to do with like one of my friends says, he's like, no, I think you just have like a mental where like you feel like you have to play Falco this way and you lose because of it. And so like a lot of what we kind of covered is not how I generally like view the matchup, but like a lot of the things that you've mentioned just kind of like you like it kind of like opened up my eyes about a couple things. I'm just like, oh, I'm just dumb.
Well, you're being stubborn about it, right?
Yeah. Like, and I try not to be stubborn. Like, I generally try to be like open about a lot of things, like because you kind of have to change, like and get better at not just melee but life. But I don't like I don't know. It's just a Falco thing. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
And then I run into an issue too, and this is all matchups. Like I got like a little recorder. My mom got it for me for Christmas, and I've been recording like all my tournament sets. So I can go back, rewatch, take notes of what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, compare them to other, higher level sets, see, what I'm, and going back and watching myself, I'm just like, wow, I am like dumb. It's kind of like, because it's kind of like it's so many things I'm seeing. I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to do that. Why am I doing that? And it kind of goes back to like this like tunnel vision thing. And one thing I noticed a lot is like, if someone's at like kill percent, like F smash kill percent, I fish hard. And I was doing a money match with one of my buddies, and game 2 is he plays Dr. Mario, so it's kind of a weird matchup. But like game 2 was FD, and I hate playing FD against.
That's a hard one.
Against Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Like I always ban that and Dreamland. I'll go anywhere else. But I was up. He was at, I don't know, 60% last stock. I was at 2 stocks around 50%, and I lost because I think his last stock, I threw out like 8 F smashes in neutral, and he punished all of them. And I watched that. And I'm like, why?
So do you know what you need to do?
One, not F smash as much.
Well, here's what I'll tell you is you don't want to give yourself that piece of advice. Right, you don't want to give yourself don't F smash as much. What you want to do is find that same scenario, right? He's at high percent, and you want to pick another approach.
Yeah.
Right. You want to mix in because F smash is okay, but mix in a couple ones like nair or fair or down tilt, right?
Yeah.
If you had mixed up any of them, then it'd been good.
Yeah. It I mean, I was rewatching, and I was just kind of like, and I have some VODs from like, as well. Well, 4 months back in September. It was actually against the same guy. He's a Sheik player. One set, the old set, I lost to him 0-2, and then the one I recorded yesterday, I beat him 2-1. And I just like watching myself like 4 months ago is, I mean, I'm bad now. Like, don't get me wrong.
But what a change, right?
But like, holy shit! Back like in September, I was I was so bad.
Well, now you're like consciously choosing stuff well, right?
Yeah, and I've kind of been like looking at them and like taking. So I'm actively thinking about things differently while I'm playing based on the things I've seen of what I played. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I feel like that sentence was kind of mangled.
No. But another thing is, remember how you said you would like look at yourself and like be disgusted with some of your old play? Try to like look at the situation and understand that you dealt with that situation the way you did because you don't have other tools.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you intentionally play bad, right? It's like you were put in a spot and you didn't know how to deal with it, so this is what you presented.
Yeah,
right.
And that's one thing I kind of do is I look at it and then I'll like get like higher level like matchup and kind of see like what do like if it's a specific situation, I try to find it and see like what do they do in this instant. And if it's like I've talked to Cal about, because he gave me his notes on how he analyzes sets.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like look at that and kind of follow along and see like, okay, so this is how. I mean, obviously everyone's gonna be a little bit different with how they perceive things and stuff, but like it's a good baseline, and it's been kind of helpful for sure. With like a couple things. I mean, I have a lot of work to do in this next like week, based on the VODs I got like this weekend. But I mean, I'm excited about it because it's like I get to learn and get better, and not sucking is always a good thing.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Definitely. So work on the follow ups that we kind of worked on today with like knocking down Falco or like getting him to edge guard positions.
Yeah.
Initiating without grab. So I want to.
And yeah, like I even actually find, and it's kind of work because I kind of play, like I do look for a grab like more often than any other option in neutral, but I've been trying to like do other things because it's been like as soon as my opponent like picks up like, oh, he's gonna run in and grab, like they're going to adapt. So I have been trying to like switch it up more actively for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I definitely I know one of the things I need to work on is like what my approaches are in neutral so that it's not as predictable.
Yeah, and it's okay to be predictable if you have two mix-ups, right? One or two mix-ups.
Yeah.
It just comes down to, can you throw out rock paper scissors and make them guess? Is your, if you do two approaches that are too similar, right? I would call them, they're the same type of rock, or like you're throwing rock a different way. Right? So you want to like fully flesh it out so that you have decent mix-ups, and you're not always fishing for forward smash or down tilt in the same fashion, and he just blocks it, right? So like maybe you introduce grab or spaced aerials.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everyone when like I tell people, when I first got into Melee, early 2017, like I did not realize it was, but everyone's kind of like, well, it's just kind of like a really deep game of rock paper scissors. I mean, that's kind of like a high level explanation of it, but yeah, there's so much.
There's so much athleticism too, right? Because you're still not even getting to the rock paper scissors part just yet. You're still like controlling Marth and like positioning.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And like one thing I tell I look at and feel better about is like, okay, well, you have all these really players. They've been playing for like a decade. I'm under a year, so I was like, I got time.
Exactly.
They've been good for a while, so I just have to,
Well, dude, and we met like 3 weeks ago, and when I first introduced the Ganon challenge to you, you did not easily defeat it. Right, and now you're getting it through the first try. You're handling lessons like much more quickly. You're adapting to things as I'm telling you to.
Yeah, and I feel so dumb sometimes when we like do our lessons, like, because like when I actively think like, okay, I'm going to wave dash back, like I flub it so much more than if I'm just like playing a game. I'm just like, okay, wave dash back. Like I don't think about it. When I think about it, I'm just like, I hope it doesn't think I know I'm not good, but I'm not that bad.
No, dude, it's like the active calling it, right? You just, until it becomes second nature. And man, I've been there with you, practicing tech skill, so it'll come, man.
Yeah. So, well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course.
I got plenty of stuff to work on. I sent over PayPal just now, so
okay.
And probably sometime after Genesis. My goal is to not go 0-2. I'd be real disappointed in that. I'll probably try to schedule another lesson with you if you got time.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And I think you'll win at least one match at Genesis.
Hopefully. I believe in myself.
I believe in you, dude.
Thank you, and take it easy, man.
You too, man. Peace.